Golden Achy here with a Halo 3 Mythic SLASO campaign mission walkthrough, and this is mission 2, Crow's Nest, and I'm back at it after a long absence in Halo 3, but there you go. We're running scoring and free-for-all scoring, and all 13 skulls are turned on. Here we are starting the mission.
Sorry for the tight squeeze.
And I happen to like this opening cutscene a little bit, so I let it run a little bit longer than I would normally do. Let the Chief and the Arbiter get off.
No way.
Now I gotta say, this mission in closed spaces is a real pain in the butt. And I was really careful in this because there's a lot of RNG going on. A lot of grenades flying out of nowhere, enemies popping up from nowhere, so on and so forth. Anyway, we grabbed an AR and a battle rifle, switched over to the battle rifle, opened that door ourselves, and we're off and walking because in this game you can't sprint. And that's another thing about getting back into Halo 3. I had to spend some time getting used to the game mechanics again after playing Halo 4 and Halo 5 and Destiny. That was quite an eye-opener. Okay, open the door, immediately throw the 2 frag grenades you picked up at the previous door, and then haul it back here, out of the way. And here's where randomness comes into play. There's going to be stuff flying all over the place when my 2 buddies come out. I'll help them out by trying to take out grunts here with my battle rifle. They are jumping around, and like I said, grenades are going to start flying like crazy. And my troops there have a bad habit of throwing grenades not quite at the target but into objects, so they bounce back and blow up. So it looks like we got most of the grunts out of the way. There's a couple way in the back there. I don't know if I can't see from here whether or not any of my 2 AI buddies are still alive. Yeah, there's one over there. Nope, I'm sorry, that was a grunt. That's what I mean. They could come out of nowhere. He got blown in there by a grenade, I bet. Alright, I'm kind of looking around here for grenades to throw. And there should be a couple of frags lying around, and at some point there will be plasma. Oh, there! I did it. I bounced the grenade off that crate. It's kind of stupid. Now the AR is almost worthless in this part of the mission. In fact, there's only one part where it may even come into play, and I don't use it. So what I'm looking for here is a plasma pistol. That will be for a little bit later on. Just picked it up while I was thinking about it. Trying to clear these last... Oh, there's a grunt. He threw a grenade. And that's what I mean by RNG. You think you got them all, and then one of them pops his head out and throws a grenade at you. So this is why I'm keeping everything at long distance as much as I can. Eventually I can take out the shielded jackals if they're a little bit weakened by hitting them in the hands, and that pops the shield back. Like, you know, it's not working there, but it worked on the other guy. So if not, I'll throw a grenade. Oop, overthrew it. So I can come back here looking for more grenades. There's also another battle rifle back here lying on the ground somewhere. There it is. Sometimes they wind up being underneath objects, so sometimes they're wide open spaces like that. Sometimes you have to look all over the place for them. Well, he's still kicking. Well, this guy is really tough. Sometimes I can clear this area out pretty quick from at least the initial set of enemies. This one is just proving to be a little bit tougher than what I'd like. So still being careful, because if I approach that open doorway he's at, that kicks off the next spawn, and here they come. It's going to be about 4 grunts, maybe 5, and a brute with a brute shot. So here I am back in the back, and oh, of course he dropped the bubble. So now I got to sit and wait for the bubble to disappear before I can try to take these guys out. I was probably because at some point I just slightly sighted in on him. That's typical behavior when you sight in on a brute. If they have the bubble shield. Alright, so obviously I've got a grunt or two back there. I got that darn shielded jackal again. Alright, I'm looking for grenades. I think I just tried to throw one and realized I didn't have any. Alright, the brute is right there in the doorway. Don't think, didn't get him. But what I found, what I just did there is I jumped and fired an EMP. This is the noob combo. I jumped and fired the plasma pistol EMP, charged it up a bit, and aim assist seems to work really well on that in brutes if they're in the open. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to weaken that shield on this guy with my plasma pistol. If I keep firing, the shield will disappear and I might be able to take him out as well. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to grab another. Oop, I don't want the brute shot just yet. Save that for later. There are plenty of plasma pistols out here, and I'm going to need some after I get through this little jackal marksman area. There's going to be, yep, there's a grunt. The way those guys are grenade happy. That's thanks to the catch skull. So I'm still trying to take him out a little bit of distance. If I can catch him just right, I'll catch him in just as he's getting a throw, and his grenade will drop and explode right there. And maybe if there's another guy nearby, I can take him too. But that is risky. I'm trying to be as careful as I can. And I'm running past there because, again, we got marksmen. There's 4 of them, 4 jackal marksmen back here with Covenant carbines. Here's one of them. See if I can take him out. Oh, come on out. There we go, finally. And there's number 2. He's down. Sometimes if they line up, you can actually take out 2 with one shot. I may have done that. My preview screen here is a little small, so it's hard for me to see. And of course, being really old, my memory is terrible. So, alright, now what I'm doing is I'm going to go, got to switch weapons first. This is a great way to drop weapons in the next area, primarily plasma pistols, is to dual wield. Instead of having to shuttle weapons, we can just dual wield the plasma pistols. I'm not really sure what's going on there with the video. I don't know if you'll see that, but I was getting little flashes there. I hope my recording of this is not all that bad. Now notice that I'm not dropping those guys in the center because there's like a little invisible hole there that you can drop it right in the center of that concrete or part of that sidewalk area and it will disappear. I had a previous run where that was driving me nuts. So as it turns out, I'm going to probably drop off 6, maybe 7 of these, but 9 times out of 10 what'll happen is when I come back to, I'm kicking him out of the way to see, yep, I got a plasma pistol there. 9 times out of 10 when I come back to get a new one in this area, there's only 4. So the extra ones just despawn for some reason. There's no combat going on, so that's not it. It's not like Halo Reach where your plasma pistols would despawn there at Pillar of Autumn campaign mission. Unless you just kept picking them up and dropping them, picking them up and dropping them. Okay, done with that. Now we got these 4 Covenant carbines up there, and I may use them depending on how well I do in the next section. So I'm just getting ammoed up there, and now that I got them all into one, all the ammo into one, I'm off and running. Ran over that battle rifle, and I'm just going to keep going here, keep going, run straight through or walk straight through. I'm either going to have 1 or 2 shielded jackals come up, and I'm going to whack him. That time it was just 1. Just whack him and immediately retreat back into this area. And what that does is 2 things: is I get my shields back, however far down they were, because black eye, the only way you can get your shields back with a black eye skull is the melee. and it starts the first wave here. It starts the action, the spawn, if you will, with my guys and the Cubbies that are present in this first wave. There will be, might as well whack him, get him out of here. Whoops, lost where I was. Being extremely careful here, because either, again, RNG could come into play and one of my guys could throw a grenade, or one of the grunts could throw a grenade and just land next to me and take me out. So I'm being extremely careful. I'm letting these guys, these station personnel, the Marines or whatever, do most of the work from this first wave. Now there'll be some more coming up from below, and I think they're starting to do that now. Yep. Now when we get down to the last one or zero of these, the next wave will come in, which will be a couple of brutes. I think it's two brutes and maybe a couple of shielded jackals and some more grunts. And when that happens, I'm going to run upstairs real quick. I'll see it by the Phantom coming in. Also, the music happens to change a little bit, and I got the audio on the actual recording here suppressed, so you can hear my voice. There we go. And I'm seeing if there's any more. There's got to be at least one or two floating around here somewhere, because the Phantom hasn't come in yet. He must be upstairs. Again, this is maybe a little risky. Not really sure where he's at. So I'm going to, there he is. Whack him again, whack him, keep whacking him because he's firing at me. Get my shields back because they were pretty weak with him peppering me with plasma fire. And there's one on the other side. Now that should do it. That should get the next wave coming in. Oh, here it comes. It should be probably, not sure, maybe 2 Phantoms. Yep, 2 Phantoms coming in. Now I'm going to try to take some of these guys out, especially the grunts, from up here. And then I'm going to retreat back into that room I was before with the 2 doorways to this area. And, oh, look out. That's right. Get the Phantom to drop your shields. Now, I am trying to stay full with BR ammo here as much as I can, because at some point that rack of battle rifles is going to disappear. This drives me nuts. It's probably from stress of battle, but I know that there's not much fire, if any fire, coming up into that area, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Oh, there's another little flash of light. Oh, I hope that goes away when I go back and look at this after the walkthrough. Just checking down there to see, they've seen me from down below. Come here and ammo up again. Since they are focused on that little ramp, I'll go out this ramp. Alright, looking down to see if there's anybody in my immediate vicinity. There isn't, so I'm going to haul it and get back here. And I'm going to take out as many as I can in this wave and the next one coming in, which will be fairly soon, from this area here. I'm going to be trying to do a lot of noob combos, or at least drop the brute armor with a plasma EMP, and then because there's so many ads, the ones I'm really worried about are grunts. For example, that grunt right there, he just threw a grenade into me. Those are the ones I'm really scared of, or I shouldn't say scared of, I'm really cautious with, because they can throw a grenade in from nowhere. Okay, I think I just got that brute. And that's why I don't try the full noob combo, is because as soon as I EMP'd him, I'm backing up to get out of the way of a grenade that may or may not be coming in. And here comes another one. Jeez. This time I had to run up to it to miss it. When you're out in the open, you can easily strafe side to side. But when you're in these enclosed areas, it gets a little tough. Alright, got the grunt. So we're going to do a lot of rinse and repeat here. Alright, here comes the next wave. Alright, ah crap, that's going to be a wasted EMP. Just burnt that grunt's tail feathers. Alright, the next wave that comes in will have grunts and maybe some shielded jackals. I'm not sure, but several more. Yeah. See, I think I dropped 7 plasma pistols there, and there's 4 when I go back, as I said before. It's just a little frustrating. Alright, so I can see one brute out there, but I can't get to him with my plasma pistol. And, oh, and he's got a brute shot, so I'm wasting another EMP. I'm just getting ready to pop my head out and EMP him up and over the railing. And of course he dropped another bubble. So we get to sit here and wait. Maybe one of the grunts will pop out. Alright, I've got one of them anyway. And that brute is in hiding. I cannot EMP him from there. It'll just go right into the railing. Gotta be very careful because he's got a brute shot. Oh shoot, I had a shot at him. Looking. Oh, where'd he go? He probably retreated a little. Oh, there's a grunt there. So the problem with that was I had my plasma pistol out. See if I can get him this time. There we go. Alright, I'm going to back up, catch my breath, come back out. Again, this is a lot of rinse and repeat. Alright, that looks like a shielded jackal. I don't know whether he's from the first wave. Oh shoot, that guy was a guy whose armor I already took down with an EMP. See if I can get him this time around. Nope. Amazing, he's replaced by an armored brute. See if he's still there. Now see, I don't know if there's another one. Oh, that doesn't look good. And this is why we're really careful. Alright, that is not, I don't know if that's the, alright, I got the one that was armored. So now I got 2 brutes without armor. And go back and grab another plasma pistol. Oh, and that thing was empty. Alright, to get the third wave going, I need to get down to maybe 1 or 2 brutes, and the ads gone, the grunts and such gone, and then music will sound, and then the final wave will start. And what happens is they retreat out to the landing pad area itself. I'm working on that shielded jackal. It's too bad I didn't take him out right away. Oh, there's 2 of them. So this is a little bit more difficult than I had envisioned. taking a little bit more time. Maybe I can take this brute out. There we go. Shot right over the shield. Okay, there's the music. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it just barely. No, I take that back. That wasn't the music. That was coming from somewhere else. Looks like I'm probably going to have to take out another brute or two. Not sure why I stopped here. It's possible that I had to take a look at my caller ID on my telephone. Oh yeah, there's two more of them left. I wonder where I heard that music from. Ooh, and that one of them's got a brute shot. I'd really like to take him down. But I think I got the other one. Yep, he's unhappy. Oh, now I know where that music's coming from. I got a TV going in the other room. Well, maybe I missed him the first time. I didn't miss him that time. That'll drop his armor. I'm going to go back here and get a fresh plasma pistol. Again, I'm being real careful here. Hopefully that plasma grenade got rid of that shielded jackal. Ooh, hopefully I got him that time. Now I see another one out there. I'm not sure whether I got this guy or not. Oh, that's not the brute shot brute. That's the whatever that weapon is. Another weapon I can't remember the name of. Like some sort of spiker. Maybe that'll get them back. Yep. See the Phantom coming in there? This is the last wave coming in. Again, I've got the audio suppressed here, so you may not be hearing the music. At least I don't hear it. Probably should turn the volume on my audio up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to take out these guys, potentially if the ads, the grunts anyway, from up here. And I know I've got a pretty much full Covenant carbine. And I will move back down once I get the grunts out of the way, or at least the ones I think I got them out of the way. You know, they're a little bit, some of them are a little bit tough to get to because they'll move to cover. Like that little guy right there. See if I can get him. Oh, got him. Easy to see thanks to the grunt birthday party skull. That actually helps when you're firing at distance like this. Alright, I'm not seeing any more grunts. Maybe one more. But I decided that if there's only one left, then I'll just come down here and try to take them out from this area. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to EMP, actually new combo, the brutes, and that was a fusion core that I just hit. So I think that fusion core explosion dropped the shield on one of those shielded jackals. Now at this distance, when they see me, what they will try to do is they will move one way or the other, and if I can predict it correctly, the movement, I can aim right or left of where they are, and they'll walk right into it. Like so. Alright, got him down. I'm left with 2. Oh, nope, got 3. Okay. Maybe it was that the guy that went down was that brute without a shield, or without armor. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of these jackals out. I've just taken 1. And I'm going to, oops, I don't want to get hit. It'd be a heck of a thing to just die right now when the really tough guys are gone. I'm going to take this guy out. He's still alive, darn it. And now I'm down to 1 shielded jackal, and I'm going to use him to get my shields back. So it's interesting how he kind of runs at me, but he doesn't shoot when I get up close. Same here. And even with the shield, I just whack him several times and down he goes. Okay. You can hear the pelican coming in overhead. Alright, what I did there is I picked up the brute shot, but I want to keep that Covenant carbine because I may use it in the next area. And pick up one of these guys, which are the deployable covers. Looking to see if there's any other brute shots lying around. There's a little flash in the screen again. Doggone it.
Op center, double time. The brutes are pressing hard.
Going up here to make one final check to see if the battle rifles respawn. Of course they didn't. Those are ARs, which are worthless to me. And we're off back to try to get to the op center, and we've got to deal with a whole bunch of AR again. Alright, so I'm going to shuttle my battle rifle and my Covenant carbine out here. Got a couple of Marine buddies. Now what I'm looking for here is the brute shot that was dropped by the brute that was in this area, and I cannot find it. It's probably lost under some piece of equipment somewhere.
Attention. Hostiles reported outside the barracks.
And of course I forgot where it was when I went in. Oh, there it is. How about that? Alright, because we're going to use that. And what I want to do is make sure my Marine buddies are following me back to the op center.
Barracks are under attack. All available combat teams respond.
Come on, fellas, there they come. Sometimes they won't follow, which is a real pain in the butt.
Anyone in the barracks, I need a sit rep now.
Alright, so make sure they're coming up behind me. Yep. I think I'm going to let them come in the door. And me going through this door will initiate the next spawn, if you will, which is a bunch of drones.
Coming out of the vents.
Let my poor buddy out there drop.
What the hell are those things, Sergeant? Drones.
And This is a battle that we're not going to engage in at close quarters. We're going to let our Marine buddies up there deal with these guys for the most part. We'll try to help out a little bit with the brute shot. Maybe if I can pick one off in midair, or if a drone pins himself against the far wall, I can possibly... Ooh, no, I don't like getting hit with the plasma fire though. And I'll do this until I run out of ammo here. And then when I run out, like right there, I'm going to go back and get that carbine. And then when I come back, sometimes the battle's almost over, sometimes it's not. Now this is where it gets a little frustrating after playing some of the newer Halo games, is that in the newer games you could sprint, especially Halo 5, which I had finished not long ago. I finished the Mythic SLASO campaign in that. And we don't call it SLASO anymore because we've got a AI fire team with us. So it is truly LASO. It's not co-op, it's just you and some AIs, but you can direct them in Halo 5. You can't hear. Oh, there's that flashing again. I wonder what's going on with my lighting. Hopefully that won't show up in the rendered video. I don't know if that's my software, my render software, or what. I know it wasn't getting power spikes. There is a major windstorm going on in my area. Actually, most of the East Coast. It's been going on since early morning, and it's probably about 15, 16 hours now. But so far my power hadn't gone out, and I hadn't noticed any power surges. So meanwhile, my guys are trying to take these guys out, my buddies up there. You can see the fire going off to the left a lot, a little bit to the right. Very few coming straight at me. And I'm not going anywhere near them. And I'm just going to sit here and try to take pot shots at a few with my carbine. And then when things settle down, kind of ease on up there. There may be one or two or three still there. Oh yeah, there's a couple still there. So I'm going to back off. They're down on the ground now. So maybe I can help take out the last several. I know we're down to one or two when that door down there opens. There it is. I think it just opened. That means we're just about done. Yeah, don't see any. I'm being a little careful here. I don't want my shields to drop any more than they are. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is dual wield. Drop my carbine. I'm dual wielding plasma pistols. There's a crate here with battle rifle ammo. And we're going to go on to the next, which in the mission is going to require me to get to the barracks and free up some soldiers that are trapped, some Marines that are trapped. First we got to deal with a whole bunch of brutes, including a brute general, or top of the line brute if you will, with a gravity hammer.
Follow me, Chief.
Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I am going to dual wield and drop off 7 or 8 of these plasma pistols. Depending on how I do with these brutes, I could probably do it with 3 or 4, or I have to use all 7 or 8 and then go back for more. It all depends. There's a little RNG going on here too, and how the brutes act. So this is a lot of rinse and repeat here.
Save those men. And escort them to the landing pad for
So
evac.
we'll just sit here and watch me do the same thing over and over again. actually do this 2 more times, but not as many. No, I take that back, 3 more times. One time of which is dual wielding a plasma rifle, but I won't be dual wielding and dropping off, dual wielding and dropping off. Alright, up to the next level. There's one. Yeah, if I'm not sure whether or not there's a plasma pistol around a drop drone, I'll kick him out of the way to take a look-see. That poor guy really does need some morphine. We will hear that. That poor Marine moaning and groaning there as I go back and forth. Oh, nothing there. I don't think there's anything there. Looking up here on this level, there's one. Well, I just heard either a delivery truck or a wind gust outside. Tell you what, the wind is ferocious. Blowing a steady 35-40 knots along with gusts up over 60. I'm surprised my power didn't go out, but I live in an area where the electrical lines are underground, which really helps. I think that's 7. Alright, I'm going to stop at 7, and this is the first of my old man breaks, if you catch my drift. So it takes a minute to 90 seconds. So we're just going to sit here. And that's not me looking back and forth. That's one of the Marines behind me. You could probably fast forward here about a minute. Alright, that wasn't a delivery truck I heard a few minutes ago. That was a wind gust. I just heard it again. It's just amazing how hard the wind's been blowing today and for such a long period of time. At least we're not getting snow here. All right. I believe I'm back. I don't think that my character did that on his own. Yeah, just checking weapons there. That's one thing. With blind on, you can't see your weapon or your reticule, but if you listen for it, the sounds it makes when you equip a weapon, you can tell what you're equipping. And or there's plenty of light in here. You can actually look down and see the shadow of the weapon. Alright, now what's happening there is that there's several brutes about halfway up the walkway kind of strategizing, and the leader, their, I guess, platoon leader or whatever, has just told them to spread out, and that's what I'm waiting on right there. And what I'm going to be doing here is mostly noob combo. If it doesn't look too good to actually get the headshot in, then I will try to EMP and then back up and then take him back a little bit later. Now he saw me. I'm surprised at that. So I'm crouching here. If I crouch and just ease down so I can just see their legs, like so, I can get them without them seeing me. I'm too close to range shoot, which is basically they can't. If I'm at such a great distance, they can't see me, but I can see them. But this, I can't range shoot here. It's too far. He backed up just a little bit. But what I gotta be careful, and right there I didn't want to take a chance because that other guy moved down into view. Alright. Get a fresh plasma pistol here. Ooh. Get the heck out of Dodge. If I was a little quicker, I would have been able to EMP him before he threw that spiker grenade. So that's another thing you gotta be a little bit careful about. And he's coming back in again. So this time I got him. And hopefully he'll come. Nope, he's not going to come up the ramp. Darn it. I was hoping he'd come up the ramp so I could take him out. Maybe I can catch him over here on the side. Get his attention. I'm not worried about battle rifle ammo. There's plenty of that back in down below, if you will. Behind me and below. Alright, so it looks like everybody's backed off. I'll be darned. Got one guy sitting way up there. Got him. Oh, great. Maybe he'll come down and join me so I could take him out. Yep, there he goes. Alright. I don't know, I may have picked up a fresh plasma pistol there. Alright, then there's going to be several more coming down, two of which have carbines. We've got to be a little bit careful with them. Notice how quickly I jump back. So we're doing a bit of a rinse and repeat here, but being very mindful of the brutes with carbines. Like I said, there's two of them. Oh, and one of them was firing at me, so I had to jump back real quick. Alright, got that guy. One of these days I'll come back in here and count exactly how many brutes there are. Because we're going to have to do this again getting to the Port of Marines and the barracks. But it's actually not as tough as this. Alright. Now when we get down potentially to one or two, most often one, the big commander guy in the back with a gravity hammer will charge. And the only way we can really take him out is to melee him in the back. And this is very similar, the approach is very similar to taking out the elites in Halo Reach. You let him charge past you, in this case he'll swing his hammer, let him charge past you and then immediately spin around and melee him in the back before he has a chance to turn around. That's the plan. We're closing in on that now. Okay, got that guy. Come on. Oh, there we go. Is he going to charge? Nope, not yet. There's one more. Now that's the guy who usually hangs around in the back. And again, that's RNG at work yet again. Sometimes he hangs around in the back. Sometimes he comes up close. And so I've got to deal with him. There may be yet another one there. Oh, shoot. That was a bad trigger pull there. Looks like he's got a plasma rifle, so we've got to be careful with that. We don't want to take a lot of fire. Ah, right into the roof. Alright, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? It's amazing how he can dodge a shot like that. Alright, he's there on the left now. Little cat and mouse going on here. Notice that I'm crouching. That minimizes my footprint, if you will. And I just got him. Yeah, I caught just enough of a view of him. He couldn't see me, I could see him, and so my EMP got him. And here comes the hammer guy. Now, I'm peppering him a little bit to get him up here. Now watch how I back up, run right at him. He goes right by me with a hammer swing, and I whack him in the back, and down he goes. All right, we want this hammer. This is what I'm trying to do now. Let's pick up this hammer. All right, good news. We're about halfway done. I don't know if there's another one out there or not, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shuttle my hammer down into this area. And I really probably didn't need to do that because that door I think stays open. It's the one behind me that closes. So I'm just being extra careful here. Sometimes a brute will appear out of nowhere, hiding up there at the top, and I don't want to get surprised if that happens. Also don't want that hammer to despawn. So I'm going to go back here. I've got what I need. I'm going to go back here and ammo up on my battle rifle, and then on to the next. And this next area is one where we got to be really careful. Alright, I'm being really careful here. I'm going to swap out my deployable cover for that regen buff. And I'll actually use it in the next area, and there's another one that drops it up there sometimes. Okay, I don't see anything, okay, we're good to go. Alright, I don't have to play footsie with a brute. Alright, now the next area up here is going to be sort of a, well, I'm not sure what you call it. Sort of like a venting area, air vents. And I'm being careful here because there's drones down there, and every once in a while a drone will come up here, and the hammer is used to take the drones out. Now we got to listen to Cortana here momentarily. You see the drones going back and forth up there. There's 3 side vents where they come and go. That's the far one up there. There's one in the middle, and there's one just in front of me. And I'm making sure that nothing's coming out of the one just in front of me. That has happened before, and I've been caught from behind. Alright, take a quick look in there. Take a quick look in there. Nobody hiding. So I'm going to ease my way up to the middle area. And I'm going to watch these guys go back and forth, and at some point they're going to turn and come at me. And that's when I use the hammer. Now I wait for him to do that. Right there. Boom. Notice that he was up in the air a little bit. And there was 2 more. Right there. Boom. Just got to stay on your toes. Alright, I don't think there's going to be any more than that. So I'm going to go up to the next area and rinse and repeat. Just kind of watching and waiting. Watching and waiting. Another wind gust out there. I hope my power doesn't go out in the middle of this walkthrough. By the way, when you use the hammer like that, it's equivalent to a melee and you get your shields back. I don't know if you heard my shields coming back, but they did. Alright, I don't need the hammer anymore. I'm pretty sure that's it for the drones. So I'm going to dual wield the plasma pistols and drop down here. And just rinse and repeat. I should have 4 total that I can drop, plus the one in my hand. That's what I'm looking for now. I've dropped 1, this will be 2. And I see the other 2. Just being careful that I don't step over the edge and fall down there. Alright, that's 3. And if I'm lucky, there's 1 or 2 down there, thanks to the Arbiter. And because the Arbiter is joining me for the next couple of areas, just whacking these guys out of the way. I think I got them all. Just making sure. Yeah, okay. There may be one or two plasma pistols down here dropped from drones thanks to the Arbiter. Now what I've found in this mission, up until this point, everything's been high stress. For the most part, the next area through the barracks and up to the elevator for evacuation is what I would call middle stress. You can still, you can still take grief, but it's not quite as difficult as what we've already been through here.
Prisoners or meat for their death, I do not know. In case some yet live, let us be careful.
Okay, so I've got 6 extra plasma pistols to deal with. Just checking to see if there's any more down here. And I got my good buddy the Arbiter to help me out here. Now as soon as we come in, there's going to be 2 or 3 brutes right up here. One of them just kind of standing there like an idiot. You take him out. Whoops, missed. At least I can take that brute out. Alright, so now I've got a brute without his shields, and I've got one down. And I think the Arbiter just took brute number 2 out. And around the corner there's more. There's quite a few more actually. Be a little bit careful about that thing that just dropped, because I think it's a delayed bomb of some sort. Another one of those things whose term I forgot for not playing this game in years. Notice the shielded jackals up there on the catwalks. I'm going to have to deal with those. Now what'll happen is as the Arbiter advances, he's dropping shields and taking these guys out. I got to be very careful about that Marine up there because he's throwing grenades, and again because of RNG, they can be bouncing all over the place. I'm going to go back here and get a fresh plasma pistol, and I'm probably at this point there's plenty of BR ammo in this area. Probably going to, I'm going to go up here and see if I can take out those jackals. Now, if everything is working, no, one of them's looking at me, darn it. No, that's not going to work. But the second one is looking up ahead, so his head is exposed, and boom, headshot, down he goes. Now let's see if we can get the other one in the same way. Yep, QED. All right, now. I don't know if that guy's got his shields or not. Now, even if the Arbiter goes down, he has a tendency to respawn fairly quickly in this area. So what I'm trying to do now, there he is, I'm trying to do now is get an EMP on the brutes that are up there in that area. That's not where the troops are, by the way. They're around the next bend. The problem is that the Arbiter is right in my line of fire, which also means that the brutes are going to be looking at me. There's one up there whose shields are down, or whose armor is down. Right there. See if I can take him. Got him. Alright, that's going to have the Arbiter moving up a little bit. Good. Let's see. Now these guys here kind of bounce around up there. And I remember having trouble with these guys. Especially that guy with the brute shot. Alright, back for some more ammo. Fresh plasma pistol. And back at it. Now there may be different techniques, tactics, strategy, whatever, but I've taken enough gas in earlier runs that I'm being extremely careful here. Looks to me like that guy was aiming at the Arbiter. I can't quite get an EMP on those guys from down here. So let me see what happens when I come up here and try. Of course, I don't see them. All right, so they looks like they've gone to cover a little bit. Being a little bit careful again. Oh, there's the brute shot guy. He's hiding right around the corner there. And as I remember it here, it takes me several attempts to get him down. I get the other guy quite easily, but Mr. Brute Shot guy is highly aggressive. Of course, the Arbiter's down there. He's respawned, but he's not doing anything. Yep, a real nasty guy up here. That one scared me. Now he's hiding again. He'll pop out, fire the brute shot, and then pop back in. So I'm trying to get myself angled so that I can get a plasma EMP on him. Maybe a spike grenade or two will get him a little bit more out in the open. No, he just didn't want to come out. He's dug in. There he is. He's firing at where I was. Nope, missed him again. This guy's driving me nuts. At least I got the Arbiter moving up. Oh, you know, I could see his arm, his weapon holding arm there. Now those two shielded jackals that I dropped have plasma pistols, or had plasma pistols, so I was able to pick them up back here. Alright, got him right there. Okay, good. He was just visible enough for me to EMP him and actually noob combo him. So that takes care of that guy. That's a relief. Alright, ammo up. Noting where that plasma rifle is. There's the second regen device.
Let him go.
And great, they dropped. Alright, now that the trap troops are down there at that far end of this corridor. And I get another little light effect there. Again, I'm hoping that doesn't show up in the finished video, but we'll see.
It's over. We did it.
And I'm being extremely careful. One of these guys, I think, has a brute shot as well. I'm not sure, but I think. It sounded to me like I might have EMP'd one of them. Well, there's one that's been EMP'd for sure. Got him down. Yeah, there's a brute shot guy up there. I need another plasma pistol, darn it. There we go. And back to the firefight. And it looks like Arbiter is going to try to take these guys from long distance. Nope, there he is. I don't know who was that firing. I just saw a carbine bolt fire. Alright, notice the open door here. Open door I can open. That allows me to EMP a brute now and then when they're kind of standing there like that. There's another one of them general guys or captains or whatever they're called with a turret in his hand, if you will. And I am not going to take him out. I'm going to let my buddies take him out. And of course there's a couple of jackals up there on the second level. Now what happens here is that the prisoners will stay put. The Marine prisoners will stay put until we're down to just the general. Just the big guy. And once we take out all the brutes except for that general guy, maybe one more, but generally that general, then my Marines will suddenly rise out of their stupor and engage that nasty brute. They're still up there mumbling. I could just, when I was actually running this, I could just hear him. Oh, he's got a carbine. Let's take him out. And I think there might be one more down there with a carbine, along with the general. Yeah, there's the general. Well, maybe it's a brute shot. Wait for the Arbiter to come back, darn it. I think he's going to wait until I get down to the general before he revives. Now I can see the brute shot brute right behind. Or whatever he is. It sounds like a brute shot. Anyway, I got him EMP'd. I'm waiting to see if he charges. He's not. So I'm easing on back up here. And I think once he goes down, that will get the other guys. There we go. Yep, here they come. Here come the Marines. And I'm going to let them do all the dirty business here. They're supposedly grabbing weapons and advancing. The Arbiter should pop up here any moment. And they're just chucking grenades like crazy at him. Well, at least somebody is. Got two of them just kind of sitting here not doing anything. Actually, there's another brute down there with a plasma rifle. I didn't see him before. So I better go back and get myself a fresh plasma pistol. Just in case I need it. It's not the one I want. There we go. But before I do, it's time for another old man break. So what I suggest is fast forwarding about a minute to a minute and a half. Now, while I'm sitting here waiting for myself to reappear, I can say that once we take out the last of the brutes down there and the shielded jackals, the far door that they're guarding will go green light, and we'll be able to open it and get to the elevator to go up to the landing pad. But waiting for us in the landing pad are a bunch of, I guess, special ops kinds of brutes with jetpacks, and there'll be 2 waves of them. And this is where we have a nice little skip if it's done properly, which is to immediately get out of the elevator, jump up on a box and then up on the Pelican's nose and let it take you up to the second story and then jump off there. And then the fun starts from there. Anyway, that's the plan. And before that, we'll come back here and dual wield plasma pistols, and I am going to drop my regen shield. Alright, they're still fighting up there. Drop my regen shield to make sure that, or device, make sure that we get, that I get full health. And then go back there and pick up the other one. Alright, looks like we're down. Looks like while I was away, my Marine buddies took out the last brutes. The last two brutes, the brute general and the brute whatever. So now we're dealing just with these jackals. I think one of them's down, and there goes the other one, and that should be it. And the Arbiter will say, well, we did all we could do. Let's get the survivors out to the landing pad. Alright, so there I got my health back, or my shields back. I'm going to go pick up this one. Now, sometimes that one's not there, but I don't care. I wanted to get my health back going up to this next level anyway. Alright, there is a plasma pistol. And you know, of course, I walked right by, plasma rifle. I walked right by one when I first started moving back here. And I just ammoed up on my battle rifle as well. It's amazing what you miss when you're actually in the midst of battle. I know there's another one up here. There's actually at least two up here. Yep, there it is. Alright, we're now dual wielding. I'll watch and see how I drop my head there. Just to double check. Okay, that poor guy is not going to make it to the elevator. The door went green there, which means I can open it. There's the third one right there. And I'm just going to drop and see if I can get something with more ammo in it. Apparently not. Alright, well, I got 3 Marines here. This poor guy back there is not going to join us, so I think there were 3 Marines. Anyway, actually, in this next area, the more Marines you have, the better. Along with the Arbiter. It actually keeps the Arbiter alive, because the landing pad is going to be full of brutes.
Brutes attacked in force. Couldn't hold them all.
Alright, now when the door opens here,
Wait for us.
What should I do, ma'am? Hold position. I'm not leaving without him.
watch as I look up. I want to position myself. First of all, okay, I got 2 Marines coming in. Set the elevator to go up. I looked up real quick to make sure that I was going to go out the right door, and as soon as I can, I'm going to go out and whip a right turn real quick, as fast as I can here. Immediate right turn, jump on this crate, and jump up on the Pelican. If you don't do it quick enough, you're going to miss the Pelican, and well, you're not going to do very well. Now here I should just spun around. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is swap out my regen for a cloaking device, and I'm going to stop right here, and then when the Arbiter and Marines knock off a few of the brutes that are down there in the landing pad, another wave will spawn right here. Alright, camo is on, and I'm going to backsmack as many as I can. One guy knew that there was some sort of camoed guy back here, and I was able to take him. So I actually backsmacked 4 of them. And now I'm going to deal with the rest of them from up here. And use the plasma pistols to drop their armor. I'm not sure exactly how many are down there. But I can hear the Marines are still kicking down there, or at least one of them is. So is the Arbiter. And that's going to make this area go a little bit easier. There's still, I just counted 4 of them flying around. And there's one way over there on the end, so I'm not gonna just waste the whole plasma pistol. I'm just gonna pop them a little bit, try to weaken their shield, so either the Arbiter's fire and or my fire will drop the shield so I can take him out with a headshot. And I'm being very patient here. I'm making sure that I don't take too much fire. As soon as they see me and start firing, I back up. And I missed him. I think he still had his helmet on. Alright, looking around, being very careful. Maybe they're over here. I don't hear anything going on. Hopefully the Arbiter is going to respawn down there. There's one. Alright, they're firing at where I was. So you can see how careful I'm being here. Definitely don't want to expose myself and take a lot of fire. Alright, the Arbiter's back because I just saw him fire his carbine. That's good. That's a good sign. Let's see if we can take this guy out. It looks to me like his head's exposed there. Yep, down he goes. Alright, that's one down. There's at least 3 more out there. Ooh, a little bit of gas there. Got carbines, that's not good. By the way, there's a BR in there, a battle rifle, so get some more ammo. I'm being as sparing as possible with the ammo here. Waiting for a chance to pepper these guys a little bit with the plasma rifle. And those look like the Arbiter are still kicking down there because the fire is going at the brute. It sounds like a little close quarters down there. Alright, one of them just went down. I think that was the Arbiter took him out with his sword. Now when they're down, we'll hear, and I think that's it, we'll hear a Pelican and then see a Pelican coming in. Alright, big time. I go pick up my my regen module there, and
Roots in the op center.
now what I should have done was picked up the camo, that last camo in there. That was stupid of me. Didn't even think about it.
Kill those brutes. Rearm the bomb. I've
It
gotta
probably
get
would have
this
helped
out here, but I'll
towards
radio
the end
whenever
here,
next
but that's okay. I
is.
survived anyway, or otherwise I wouldn't be doing this walkthrough. Alright, so the Marines down below are taking out several drones, which are actually going to help me because there'll be some plasma pistols down there. I'm going to swap out my plasma rifle for them. And interestingly enough, I really didn't need the plasma pistols. I could have used them maybe on some shielded jackals, but as it turns out I didn't really need them. Alright, now I'm heading down to the next encounter, and we're getting close to the end here. We've got to clear out another corridor, which includes a couple of jackal snipers, and they're real nasties. So I will be very careful with them. There's turrets down there, fixed turrets, especially one right here with grunts on them. And grunts, like elites in Halo 5, will migrate to the turrets. And I got caught a little bit by surprise here. I'm just glad I survived. Alright, first off, there's a couple jackals right there. I'll try to take them out with grenades. Now, one of them's down. Now, it turns out that there were actually three. And two of them are stuck underneath this trailer right here. And what I'm going to do is, I was kind of looking down there to see if there's any enemies coming. I'm going to smack one. That gets my shields back if they were down at all. And boom.
Chief, follow the service tunnel to the motor.
Alright, this is where I got a little surprised. Yep, they're down. Right down below this destroyed hog, there's a turret. And I probably should have pulled the trigger a little bit quicker. Now that grunt's just going to be firing at me and firing at me. So now I got to wait. There we go. Now this is where I got surprised. There are more grunts down there, and they will gravitate to the turret. And what I did here is I'm looking around the corner, and I know that there's grunts down there, and there's shielded jackals. So, see, I wasn't quick enough. That's what happens when you get old. That guy had his head out there. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take out the jackals, and I missed. I don't have any more grenades.
Follow the tunnel to the motor pool, Chief.
And I'm going back here to see if I can find any more grenades. Shotgun, worthless. There's a couple, and also there's a rack back there with battle rifle ammo. I'll probably go back to that again. And now here's where I got surprised. The grunts came back up on the the turret. And there's another one down there right next to him. He's the one that threw the grenade. Now he's on the turret. At least I know he's there. Oh, my cover's gone. And here comes yet another. And another one behind him. This is getting complicated. Alright, I got him out of the way. Now I got to deal with the one on the turret. That's what that is right there, the fire going there. And this is what drives me nuts. I've got a clear view of his head, and I'm hitting this container thing right here, which means I'm going to have to pop out to hit him, like so. Get some more ammo. Come on back down. Oh, yet another one. It's the never-ending grunt parade. Actually, I think that jumping up in the air and firing helps with aim assist. Whatever, it worked. Alright, I think I'm done with the grunts. Up here, anyway. I still have the jackals, which are proving to be a real pain in the butt. If I can get one of them, the other one will retreat. At least I weakened his shield, or him, a little bit, so I could pop his shield hand and get him to expose his head. Alright, there's grunts in the back there. About a half a dozen of them total. There's another turret right there. There's two more turrets up behind him. They're out of view right now, and behind them is a second level where there are two jackal snipers stationed. Now they won't be able to see me until I get up a little bit closer. So at that point, I'm just going to be real sneaky. And that really is a choke point, believe me. Oh, there we are, the endless grunt parade again. Alright, got him. Blew up a grenade. I believe there's one over here on the left that I can't quite see yet. That's why I'm being really careful. And that being a turret. Alright, back up here. And back down. Just checking to see if that turret's clear. It looks like it's clear now. And there's one on the left. And there was another grunt up there. I barely made out the turret up on the right, up on the, like up a step or two on the right. They're the kind of turrets that you'll not see until it's too late, unless you know where they're at. All right, looks like I got one of the. Yeah, I got the other jackal. Good. Ooh, I don't like being that close to a fusion core. Oh, wait a second. Where'd he come from? Alright, he's down. Easing around the corner here. Easing around. Yep. Darn it, missed him. Now he's going to be firing where I was. There he goes. We'll go back up here and get some more ammo while I'm waiting for him to stop firing. I swear there's two grenades down there and I can't quite get to them. Either that or I already have two plasma grenades and don't realize it. There's another little flash of color there, and that's on my preview screen, so I don't know if that's going to happen when I render the video. I'll be checking. I'll make a note of that, where I'm at. We've only got another 23 minutes or so to go, so we are getting close to the end. Believe me, this was an exhausting run, and I am definitely glad it's going to be over with. Now what I'm doing here is, now I'm worried about the snipers, and I'm trying to give myself a position where I can sneak up and take them from cover so that they don't drill me. I'm not sure why at this point I'm just standing here. Might be another old man break, I'm not sure. No, I tell you what, it's probably a phone call. I got several of them during this run, and they were all telemarketers. So I at least have to kind of pause for a moment. There's that little flash of light again. Alright, now what I need to do is I need to somehow get that container right there moved up just a little bit. I can't see the snipers, the sniper area. Well, see, I didn't want to do that. That's exposing myself. I can't see the snipers or the sniper area from where I'm at here. So what I want is to be able to sneak up at least so I have a view on them, and again, from cover. But while I'm at it, I might as well take that grunt out on that turret. I'm not sure if there's any more. And I'm just being very super careful here. Again, I'm looking for grenades is what I'm looking for right here. Now what happens when you only have one type of grenade and you hit the switch key, you won't hear anything, and that's probably what got me confused here. Because I actually have, I'm pretty sure now I have two plasma grenades and I don't know it. And that's now the other downside to blind, is you don't see what you're equipped with. Nope, actually I didn't have any grenades. I finally got those two plasma grenades under that turret. Still can't see the. From here I could probably see the feet of the snipers, but that's not going to do me any good. I need to see their heads. So I'm going to move that box up a little bit, like so. And I can't quite get through here. So I'm going to whack this truck a little bit just to give myself... Whoa! I have no idea what that was. That might have been a fusion core. And now I believe I can see... Yes, I can see his head. And that's one down. Now sometimes the other one will retreat. What I'm looking for is his feet. I'm looking around, looking for movement up there. Being very careful. Darn it, I want to crouch. I'm kind of thinking he might have moved into cover. But as it turns out, he didn't. I'll move up to the next one here. And this is a real choke point for me. There he is. And down he goes. Okay, let's breathe a big sigh of relief. And I just want to make sure they're both down. And that looks like both their bodies. Nobody's hiding in here. Alright, so everything's clear. And now we've got to clear the control room and arm a bomb and get the heck out of Dodge. That's what's left in the mission. What's interesting is that when I first came down in this area, again, what I'm looking for here, there's a battle rifle, so I ammo up there. Now I'm going to dual wield plasma pistols up halfway up the stairs. Now this is where I first came down into this area. In that area that I'm going back out to the right, or that area to the right, that big door was closed. Come on, pick it up, pick it up. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Have no idea what that was about. Okay, now in here, there's going to be another big bad brute general, or whatever the heck he is. Brute commander, brute general, plus two brutes, two other brutes at least in the general vicinity of the stairwell. And I believe they both have brute shots. And there will be probably 4 grunts total that we have to take out. And then way off in the distance there is a brute on a turret, and he's easy because he won't fire. If you don't advance, he won't fire at you. You can range shoot him with the plasma pistol and basically noob combo him. When you hit him with the EMP, he'll jump off the turret and then you just take him out. And then there's the general. The only way you can take him basically is to melee him. And that's not easy to do. Okay, first up we're going to get this guy. And there is a grunt down there with him, so... And of course he's going to throw grenades, and I didn't want to stay up there, so... I know that his armor's off. He's still got his brute shot. And I got the grenades to deal with. There's one. There's 2. All right. Just resetting here. Again, being extremely careful. Looking around. I think there's their third grunt, maybe the third and fourth grunts are back a ways. They don't move up until you move up, I think. Ooh, that was a brute shot. And I almost got stuck in the doorway there. Let's see if we can take that guy out. I can hear him. Oh, he's firing that brute shot again, but he's firing chest high at me, which means he's firing basically into the stairs. And there's another one. I think that's the other brute. That's the other brute who came up from on the right side. My right, his left, or my right, I guess. His right as well. He's facing me. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Can't quite get a bead on him. Alright, get another plasma pistol here. This definitely is be careful time. Got him. Now if I can get a shot on him. Being very careful about moving out. Alright, well, I can see him down there, just pop a regen shield. One of them did anyway. Oh, he just jumped up there. I really don't like tight places like this. I don't have much room to maneuver sideways. There he is. I don't know if I got him. I hope I did. Yeah, I don't know. He blasted again with the brute shot. Either that or it was the other guy. I might have gotten him that time. Let's see. Yeah, not sure. I thought I saw a body over there. Now let's go find the other one. Uh-oh, I don't think I got him. Thought I saw a helmet there. Oh, maybe not. That is the general guy. He's got an FRG. It's very possible that I did get him. Got them both. Alright, going down here and make sure I got a couple plasma grenades. Alright. Now here's where, I think this is where I was trying to hit the, change grenades button and wasn't hearing anything, so I thought I didn't have any grenades. So I think that's what happens. If you only have one, if you only have one type, then you won't hear anything when you try to switch. Alright, now what I'm trying to do is position this guy to be looking, to be almost up against that wall by the stairwell and be looking at the stairwell so I can sneak around behind him and melee him. That's the plan. Oh, there's the grunt. Get the heck out of Dodge here. I knew there was another one. It sounded like there was yet another one. So I think there's 4 total. Yep, there we go. Alright. So that takes care of that. Now I can focus on the last 2. The guy in the way in the back there on the turret, and the general. And there's the general right there, or whatever he is. I'll call him a general. He's the big pain in the butt's what he is. Alright, I think he's over here on the right. I'm just trying to drive him into the middle. While I'm at it, I'm probably going to try to see where he's at. Oh, he's over there just on the right. I'm being extremely careful. Now in the previous run, where I wasn't running all 13 skulls. I was able to get him pinned up against the wall. Oh, jeez. That drives me nuts when I lose my positioning there. But in a previous run, I was able to get him pinned up on a wall, and I was able to slide down and assassinate him, or melee him from behind very easily. This particular run was a little bit more difficult. So I just went down to get a couple more plasma grenades. Checking to see where he's at. He's on the right. He's not moving. Well, he moved to the right. He just threw a grenade at me. Stop. That was interesting. Actually scared me a little bit. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this guy, I think. There we go. All right, we're down to the general. Let's see where he's at. Throw one more grenade at him. All right, he is up against the wall, but he is he's looking off to the side, not right smack square at the wall. And that's what I meant by not, and he's looking this way. Oh, look at it. FRG's going right through the girder there. So he's looking that way, Whoops. And then he kind of jumped around. Didn't like that. Now he's jumping around again. Not sure what he's doing. Now he's looking to the left. Kind of looking a little bit to the left, You can see how I'm very carefully easing on down, and boom! That's it. And I did have a little bit of a shield problem there, because I could hear it coming back. Now we get to arm the bomb. It's right here. With your function, your take action key. And one would think that, okay, boy, now we can breathe a big sigh of relief and just take it easy and straight out of here, but no. We got more fighting to do, starting right there. And it's a little bit tougher because you notice that the lights are going on and off, and you got to kind of sort of time it. You know, time your engagement so that you're engaging when the light is on, because once the light goes off, you almost total darkness like that. So I kind of wait. Okay, the light will stay on here for a few seconds, and I move up. And what I've got up here are a bunch of grunts and 2 jackals, and the grunts are running back and forth. And once you fire on them, they'll turn around and look at you, and as maybe or maybe not throw grenades at you. So you got to be really careful. So notice what I did. I popped 2 of the grunts and I moved back. There's one of the jackals, and darn it, I missed him. So we got to clear this area before we can move on. And then once we move on, we got one more firefight, which is in the area of our first firefight an hour and a half ago. Alright, got rid of those guys. Find myself in this preview screen craning my neck a little bit like I was doing in the actual run looking for grunts. Alright, I got them pretty much thinned out, but again, they will drop or throw grenades. There go the lights again, so I'm being a little bit careful. I just had that flash on the screen. Okay, got one jackal down. I might have already gotten the second jackal, or the second jackal died because of grenades going off around the grunt. being very careful here now. It looks like I got everybody, but I'm not exactly sure. I think that was the second jackal right there. Either that or I just shot, he was just the one I took out was leaning up against the wall and just shot him again. Okay. So I prefer to come up this way. It gives me plenty of cover in case there's somebody skulking around on the other side. And yep, there's a grunt. He's just kind of hanging out in there.
Hangar. Straight to the cave, Chief.
Alright, that should be it. I was looking around for that ammo crate, by the way. That's what I was doing here. Didn't see it. So I'm going to go back down and ammo up on the BR because we are not quite done yet. So make sure that I walk by a battle rifle. Yep, there we are. Okay, on to the next. I believe I just picked up 2 more grenades. There were 4 grenades in that crate originally, and I can only hold 2. So when I first came through here way back when, I picked off 2 of them. Now I think I just picked off the last 2. And we're going to come out here. The door's going to be open, and we're immediately going to see some grunts running by. And if you're quick enough, you can take a couple of them out. But what you have to do is you have to advance. Watch, I advance up, and that will get a whole flock of drones flying by. Just let them go. Do not engage. And then, as in the beginning, what we want to do is we want to throw a couple. You can see the grunts there. We're going to throw a grenade to get them to back off, and then head over here, like I did right in the beginning of the mission. And we're going to engage the grunts from back here. This gives us plenty of room to dodge their fire and dodge their grenades. And that one grunt, I don't know how in the world, he must have jumped in behind that crate when I threw the grenade. But it's definitely, throw the grenade before you come out the door, because that will get them going the other way. Alright, now they're kind of in hiding. So I've got to be very careful here. I don't want to get all the way down towards the end of the mission and take a plasma grenade up the butt. Alright, I can see another one moving around down there. Good. He exploded some grenades, which means I might have taken out another one. So I'm very carefully moving up. It's very possible there's a grunt hiding behind the truck. I don't know. So I'll throw a grenade down there and see what happens. Okay, yep, there was another one down there. 2 more. So when I threw the grenade, that got them moving out from cover. There's the 3rd one. So there's plenty of grunts down there. It's just a matter of getting them to make themselves known and then taking them out. And so I am slowly moving ahead. Slowly moving ahead. I don't hear anything because they can jibber jabber a lot, if you will, as you get near. Oh, there's that light again. I wonder what that is. I don't know if that's the game or that's my previous screen or what. Anyway, okay, we're almost done here. Now what we're going to do is run. Well, actually walk. Can't run. Just follow this path. Listen to Cortana at least once, maybe. Well, here on once more. Come out and don't worry about any of the bad guys. Just go straight. Just go right by that guy. They're all scared. They're all running around like crazy. Come down here, down below, underneath. Come down here a ways. Come back up here. Make a left turn. Come up here and don't worry about that grunt. Don't worry about the one on the right, and just run straight to the elevator. All those grunts were scared. They weren't going to do anything with you. And there's a deployable cover. I'm not sure where I got that. But that's the mission. That's it. That is Crow's Nest on Mythic SLASO, or Solo Legendary All Skulls On difficulty. No deaths, run in a single segment from start to finish. But I do hope this helps you in your quest
This place will become your tomb.
for Halo 3 Crow's Nest on Mythic SLASO or SLASO difficulty, Solo Legendary All Skulls On. And here is the Carnage report. Notice there's no deaths and a bunch of kills. I do hope you enjoyed it. Again, I hope this helps you in your quest. This is Old and Achy signing off. Take care, everybody.